What's good, everybody? So now we're doing a 8-episode series on a topic that majority of y'all know very well, and you have viewed it at some point in your life, and that is pornography. Yes, you have viewed it at some point in your life. Don't you even lie about it. But to the women's surprise, coming from a male, I'm opposed to pornography. And I'm going to be revealing all the untold harm that is having on our children, men, women. Are you right now with a man who excessively watches porn? With this series, you're going to find out why you need to, right now, leave that relationship or get your significant other help. Men, one of our biggest fears is our meat. Stop working properly. 3 out of every 5 men are experiencing erectile dysfunction. Now, I'm not saying that porn is the sole cause, but it is a major contributor, especially since erectile dysfunction was pretty much non-existent before mass consumption of porn in young men. So you want to regain back control over your addiction? You want to get your meat to start working properly again? This series is for you. We're going to be starting from the history where porn all began, all the way to the present moment where porn is now being linked to sex trafficking. My main goal for this series is to shine light on this multifaceted issue that porn brings along, and to also help men regain back control over their impulsive addictions, and to also stop objectifying women and bring back the love within our relationships. Hopefully, hearing a man opposed to porn will bring a unique perspective that everybody could appreciate. Hope you enjoy the show. Welcome back, everybody, to the My Unique Curiosities podcast. I'm your unique host, Sean Hill, and today we talking about porn, George. Like, George, I know y'all species, y'all don't know nothing about this. Y'all not using this, right? Y'all not in front of no screen choking your chicken, right? Like, just go straight to the females, George. Like, do not be like the old Sean, please, okay? So listen, y'all, we're going to be talking about the history of pornography. We're going to find out how we went wrong. How did we go from making sweet love to our significant other to now we're making sweet love in front of a screen using our hands? We also want the answer to the question, is there another agenda for them pushing pornography besides just money? Let's get straight into it. All right, so what y'all need to know is that pornography is not new. It's been around for centuries, just in different forms. So pornography was limited to artistic drawings, sculptures, pottery, and cave arts. Yo, could y'all imagine y'all had to go inside of a cave in order to choke your chicken looking at some pornography? Like back in the Roman times, they didn't even have no flashlights or anything like that. So they had to have those fires, so wooden torches. So can you imagine you having a wooden torch in one hand and you choking your chicken with another? Like what happens, like you about to finish and all of a sudden that light just goes off. Like, oh, I need more fire. No, I was almost finished. Yo, that shit is equivalent to you ever have your phone on 5% battery and you telling yourself, you know what, I think I could finish this before my battery goes out. Next thing you know, that thing go off and you're like, no, where's my charger? Yo, oh, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, y'all freaky asses, man. So listen, Rome was the first to publish pornography back in 1524, but it was only limited to the wealthy people. They're the only ones that had access to it. So now I got to take y'all from the time span of 1860 to 1977. And during that time span, that's when photography started to immerse. Now you had erotic photos coming out. But it wasn't until 1890s until mass printing production became more efficient. Now you have porno magazines. Like I remember I used to be in the barbershop. The barbershop used to have porno magazines. So I would grab one of the porno magazines. I would put it right on top of a newspaper, acting like I'm reading a newspaper. I'm really look at the porno. The barbers eventually, they wasn't stupid. They like, yo, young blood, you looking at the porno, put that down. You ain't reading no newspaper. But what really revolutionized porn was in 1920 when they had something called stag films. I know the old timers know what that is. So the stag film, it was no longer than 12 minutes, and it was just straight up hardcore porn. But it was silent, like there was no noise, and it was illegal. So it was only being shown in secret in brothels, gentlemen clubs, and stag film parties. So in 1970s, now you had peep shows as well. So again, porn was still for the wealthy people because it was still expensive and it was hard to find because it was illegal at the time. So it was only being shown in secret. And it was just straight up embarrassing to have to go up into a store and get a porno magazine. Yo, y'all remember that movie Bananas with Woody Allen?
Hey, Ralph, how much is a copy of Orgasm?
Just put him in a bag, will you?
What? Orgasm. This man wants to buy a copy. How much is it?
Doing a sociological study on.
So now I got to take you from the time span of 1977 to 1991. Now porn is legal. VHS tapes now are out. Television is out now. Now people could watch it in the privacy of their own home. Only problem was people didn't like having it delivered to their house because now you had your name. So people would just they'll put different names and have it delivered to a P.O. box. So now we're in 1991 to 2004 where home internet now is a thing. Now it is accessible and it's affordable for everybody now. Now you can find any photo, any video that will fulfill your freaky ass fetishes. So now, last but not least, 2004 to the present moment now. Porn is now completely free. It used to be you had to pay a subscription in order to view. Now, because it's free, damn, dropping my damn Vaseline and shit. Fucking with y'all. You are the product when shit is free. Now, with webcam technology being more efficient, people are making themselves porn stars on all these platforms like OnlyFans. Now, you can also find your favorite cartoon. You can find a porno version to it. I am ashamed to say myself, I saw Marge Simpson busty as hell and caught a stiffy. I felt so horrible. What am I doing with my life? Like I can't even watch The Simpsons no more the same. I'm watching The Simpsons. I'm just thinking Marge is busted. So that's what y'all needed to know of the history of porn. It was in one form and it evolved to the form in which we have today. So what was once only for the wealthy is now accessible for everybody. So now the second question that we need answered today is there another agenda for them pushing porn besides it just being about money? And I asked myself this question after I heard Kanye West go on a rant on an interview on InfoWars about the porn industry and who runs it. And I can't say who runs it because if I say that word, I'll get canceled. But I'm pretty sure you'll probably already know what the word is. And if you don't, you're going to find out what it is by the end of the video without me actually saying it. But before we even get into that, I need to first say that in any group, there's always bad apples in the group. So I'm not saying that the whole group to its entirety is bad. Once again, every group has bad apples in it. So let's get into some of the biggest names in porn. So here we have Al Goldstein. He is one of the pioneers of pornography and is the publisher of the Screw magazine. He said the only reason that, can't say that word, are in pornography is that we think that Christ sucks. Catholicism sucks. We don't believe in authoritarianism. Pornography thus becomes a way of defying Christian culture, and as it penetrates to the very heart of the American mainstream, becomes more charged. Goldstein continued, I believe in me. I'm God. But God is your need to believe in some super being. I am the super being. I am your God. Admit it. Wow. Wonder what ethnic group he's part of. Next. Another pioneer of pornography, Reuban Sturman. They called him the Walt Disney of porn. By the late 1960s, he was the biggest distributor of adult magazines. And in the U.S. and throughout the 1970s, he controlled majority of the pornography that was circulating. Next, Seth Warshavsky. Oh, what kind of last name is that, man? Anybody who got that last name, man, get off yourself. I'm just joking. Seth Warshavsky. He's the pioneer of internet pornography. They called him the Bill Gates of porn. He's the owner of the Internet Entertainment Group. During the dot-com boom of the late 1990s, he welcomed media attention, making him the face of online pornography. Next, Stephen Hirsch. He is the founder and the co-chairman of Vivid Entertainment, the top adult entertainment company in the world. He is the ones that put out the Kim Kardashian, Ray J sex tape, the Nico and Mimi from Love and Hip Hop hanging off of a damn shower rod, and the Black China sex tape, and many more. Next, Paul Fishban and Dari Rosenbaut. They founded the AVN, which is the Adult Video News, in 1983. It's an American trade journal that follows up and reports on the adult industry. The AVN is to porn films as billboards is to records. So just like the artists who want their records on the top 100 on the billboards, it's similar to the porn stars that they want their films in the top rankings of the AVN. So the AVN, they also sponsor an annual convention. It's called the Adult Entertainment Expo. It's in Las Vegas, and that's where they give awards for fucking. So they modeled the whole thing after the Oscars. Now, there's many more names that could be listed here. Like, I didn't even name like all the porn stars that actually do the fucking, but they're also part of the ethnic group. And one of their names is Ron. Let me tell you something. If you could finish that last name, shame on you. But the last person that I'm going to mention is Greg Lansky. He is the owner of Blacked.com, where they mainly take these Western young females and they engage them in sexual acts with often multiple black men, degrading and humiliating these women in a lot of violent sex acts. They treating them as if they are sexual objects. And they describe these girls as, what was it? They said nubiles. Because they young, they tender teen looking appearance. You know, I find it ironic how we used to get killed during slavery sleeping with these white women. Now, how many of these people are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5 black men about to tear up the inside of this little white girl. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Okay, so let's move on from that. Now, I find it funny how the state of Israel, the ministers have approved a bill to block online pornography. And now you have to notify the service provider that you want access to it. Now, the reason they're doing that is because they're saying that porn is too accessible for children, that children are starting to watch porn at the age of 8. They even said that, let me read the quote. They even said right here, they said, the damaging influence of watching an addiction to pornographic and severe violence has been proven in many studies with great harm to children. Today, it's easier for a child to consume harsh content on the internet than to buy ice cream at a local kiosk. That's probably a little bit exaggerated, but we must prevent such access by making the default of the internet provider to filter such content unless the customer has asked to be exposed to it. So you're telling me that the same group that put up measures in their country to block pornography so that children can't access it because they know the harm that it's doing to them, and to a certain extent to the adults, but they say, you know what, you're an adult, you know that there's harm, but call us anyway so we can put you, so you can get your service back. The same group is over here in America pushing pornography on us, destroying our culture and our values. And it seems to be working, just like Al Goldstein said, as we already read his quote of what the goal is. So in America, we push promiscuity, we push having high body counts, and it's actually helping break up the nuclear family. So the U.S. has the highest rate of children living in a single family household. And what's the number one cause of divorces in America? Infidelity. So because we're allowing ourselves to become victims, allowing society to shove this down our throats, no pun intended. Oh, y'all freaky asses. Our children are now living in single family households. They are more susceptible to having numerous mental health issues than the children that has both their parents in their life. So that's all what you needed to know for today. So the next episode, the numerous health issues that porn is having on men, erectile dysfunction, women, low self-esteem, depression, shame. So, like I always tell y'all, make sure that the question why is being used on your part every single day. Peace.